Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Eddy Miranda with Pro League News Pages. And you guys know, we are on the road to the Arnold Classic. We're about like 3 weeks today, starting today, and it's getting crunch time for all of these athletes. And who we have today, she is no stranger to the stage. She is actually no stranger to the Arnold Classic. She is one of the top competitors in the fitness division and probably next in line to win the show this year. Who we have on the phone with us today is Missy Truscott. How you doing, Missy? How's everything?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Well, thank you for hopping on the call with us. And I know it's prep. It's the last 3 weeks. It's grueling, and I appreciate the fact that you took the time to sit down with us.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to talk with you today.
So, you've been in fitness for quite a few years, but a lot of athletes always had something before they even got into bodybuilding or even before they got into the division. What were you doing before you even got into, fitness itself or, bodybuilding itself?
Sure. So when I was younger, I was a provincial level gymnast in Canada, um, which basically means like if I were competing in the United States, it would be like state level. So provincial level. I did that for many years, and then I transferred over to cheerleading, which I did like high school up until college. And as I was doing cheerleading, YouTube was getting bigger. You would see like Jay Cutler videos on YouTube and just like that kind of bodybuilding type. And I was like, wow, that's like really cool. My brother was into it. And I was like, okay, maybe this is something I can do. So then I started watching like Adele Garcia because she was like the reigning Miss Olympia for many years. And I was like, wow, this is something I can totally do. Like, let me try it. So 2008, I started competing in Canada. And then I got my pro card in 2012 in Canada. Yeah, and it's been kind of just going up ever since.
So basically, you've always had a background in gymnastics and cheerleading. So
Yeah.
basically everything you do on stage is like second nature to you, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of muscle memory, like the back flips and having that like mind um, awareness when you're doing your flips and stuff. But it's definitely something I have to keep up with as I've gotten older. Flexibility, even just like um, certain skills like push-ups and everything.
Mm.
Like I'm 30 now, and it's like I feel like I'm getting. I just feel like a lot older.
Yeah.
So
Now, given the fact that, I've done bodybuilding, I've done competition, so I know what it takes in order to like get on stage and how grueling it is. But
yeah.
what's the level of difficulty that not only that you have to like prep like a bodybuilder, but you also have to incorporate, your gymnastic routine and everything like that, especially like the last 4 to 6 weeks that, when you're really weak and really don't have that much energy, like how much more complicated is that in comparison to any other division out there?
Yeah. So it definitely is very difficult. I have also competed in figure at the IFBB level. So it's different, it's different training types. Same with like nutrition, how you're fueling your body. Um, it is everything is like timed for
Mm.
me. So it's like making sure I get my cardio in, and then I'm making sure I train, and then I have to get my routine practice in, and then another cardio, and then you go to sleep at night and you're visualizing that routine. And I'm not kidding. Like this has been going on for like a solid 18 weeks now. I close my eyes at night and it's like routine, 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 and yeah, it's wild, but that's what you have to do. You have to be prepared because I mean, especially for this year, like there's going to be a new champ and I'm working my ass off. So like I am just going to try my hardest to bring the best Missy possible. And I'm doing everything I can. And I have a really, really good team behind me right
Mm.
now. I've been training with John Meadows, doing his training for the last 18 weeks. Like right after the Olympia, I contacted him
Mm.
and he put me on a training protocol, and it's been crazy. Push, push, pull legs, and one day off for 18 weeks. So I've been killing it.
So like just like on a normal day, I know like when I would have to, set, my regimen for competing, I'll at least be training for an hour, hour and a half. I would have to do my cardio.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'll be, anywhere from 3 to 4 hours just in the gym doing my cardio training and everything like that. But it's more like a full-time job for you. You're more in there like for like 6 hours, 8 hours probably
Yeah.
doing everything, right?
It really is. Yeah, it is definitely a full-time job for me. I'm super blessed to have this amazing life with my husband, and he's very, very supportive of me in my fitness career. Um, and last year I resigned from my job at the hospital just because I wanted to put all my effort in the Olympia this year, which I placed second.
Mm-hmm.
So it was totally worth it. And in a few years I can go back to that job, but right now it's just go time for bodybuilding.
Now, from 2017 till last year's Olympia, you were going back to back to back to back shows. I mean, I think in 2018 you did about like 7 or 8 shows.
Yeah.
Like how much of a toll did that do on your body? In those 2 to 3 years that you've competed so heavily.
Yeah. I've always I've tried to do like the Olympia time, and then I give myself that back end a little bit of time off, and then get the invite to the Arnold and do a few shows then. So I try to space it out. Um, but honestly, it's every show is like a learning experience, and it's just I learn a little bit more about my body, what it likes, what it doesn't like, types of cardio. So it's just really a learning experience, and I just keep experimenting, and I'm happy with how everything's going.
Now you've competed at the Arnold since 2016. You've even done Australia. I think you've even done Brazil as well. Um, you know, Going into this show, into this actual Arnold, you've taken your break. What are you doing differently as far as the prep is concerned, diet wise, training wise, in order to prepare for this year's Arnold?
Mhm. So the biggest thing was right after the Olympia, it was like prep time. Like it wasn't like an off season really. It was like, everything is super calculated for the Arnold because I knew I was going to get invited.
Hmm.
It would be my fifth Arnold, and I just knew it would happen. I had a feeling. So, like I said, I contacted John. He kind of knew what my weaknesses were and really like structured a plan for training with that. Um, and then my nutrition coach, Alexia, um, she kept a lot of carbs in, like leading up. Even right now, like I'm still eating quite a bit of carbs. But it's, around training times. And I think my body just responds really well to having that fuel. And I can really like push myself. Like, people like 3 weeks out, they're like, oh, I'm hungry and like feel like crap and whatever. Honestly, I don't feel like crap. I don't have like any injuries. I feel freaking golden. Like I am ready.
Now, you said that during the off season, going into the show, you wanted to improve on some weak points of yours. What were those weak points that you felt that needed to get improved going into this?
So the biggest is, well, would have been my hamstring tie-in area. And I didn't have a lot of depth in my back. And I know that comes with age and, training, but I knew that that was something that John could really help me in. And we've been hitting legs super hard, like this whole entire prep with safety squat bars, leg press. Like I'm telling you, every Wednesday I leg press. And I'm not just talking about like just moving the weight. Like it is grueling. Like some days my husband has to come in and spot the leg press so I'm not like killing myself. But
Does he have to like carry you on his back like to get you out of the gym?
yeah, just like rolls me out of the gym. No, he's awesome. And then are you aware of the reverse hyper?
Reverse hyperextension? Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. One of the gyms that I used to train at had it. I loved it. It's great for your glutes, and if you hit it right, you can actually get your lower back. It's an amazing machine.
Yeah. So we got one like 2 months ago. It's right there. And I literally use it like every other day. And I really hope that once I turn around, on stage, the judges will see and they'll be like, wow, Missy has improved this. This is great. But I know I have, so I just hope that other people can see it too, because I'm, just proud of it. I've worked friggin' really hard for this.
Now, as far as your routine, now I know when you guys get judged pre-judging, almost like if it was figure, but then you have your routine towards the night for the top 10.
Yep.
Now, as far as your routine, like I know a lot of girls carry the same routine for like at least 1 year and things like that. So are you doing something completely different than you did in 2019? And if so, what has been the inspiration for that routine?
Yeah. So I am doing something different. I think with fitness, you have to reinvent yourself every show. I mean, I don't knock the girls who do the same routine because I've done it in the past, but I know the judges and the fans want to see something different. They're paying a lot of money to come and watch you, so you got to deliver. And my um, my inspiration for this routine is just kind of growing up in bodybuilding and kind of showing respect for the guys before us.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that I can portray that in my fitness routine this Arnold Classic.
Now, because you guys rely so heavily on your routine, and that's one of your main focuses, and like what you said, you did compete in figure. Do you feel like peak week leading into a show? Do you feel like because of the routine and you have to focus on that you may sacrifice on conditioning going into a show?
Um, no. We hit it like really hard. Whatever we have to do, whether it's like pulling carbs or the water manipulation, we make sure that it's like brought in perfectly. And, after that prejudge, I'm able to get some water back in and kind of, eat something to give me fuel for that fitness routine. But honestly, this prep, I've been conditioning myself with the routine. Like it's a 2-minute routine.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of like got to go all out and perform. And I feel like my endurance is there. And whether I'm lacking like the nutrition in that moment, I feel like the adrenaline and everything I've already put myself through, I can just carry it into the show. Like I'm good. I'm totally good.
So basically, as any competitor that does prejudging in finals at night, they they really watch what they have to eat because they feel like they're going to get rejudged for their physique at the night show. But fitness really doesn't get rejudged for their physique at the night show. It's really your performance. So you're really not too worried about, okay, like I have to minimize my water intake. I have to make sure I have to eat. So you could really like kind of go like a little bit in to get the energy in order to be able to perform, right?
For sure, yeah. And unless there's like a tie or something or somebody gets injured, they might do another comparison round before, like when you get back into your bikini for the awards, they might do the comparison. But I feel like it's only happened like once since I've been a pro,
Yeah.
but it does happen. So you can't like be eating crap backstage. I mean,
yeah, like you can't be drinking like a gallon of water. You'll puff up before the night show.
right, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, given the fact you said to yourself, this year's Fitness International is open ring. None of the previous winners are there. You did place fourth last year, I believe it was. You placed fourth last year. Now, given the list of competitors that are going this year, do you feel like there's anybody in your way stopping you from getting that trophy?
I feel like the fitness girls were all like super close and we have a lot of respect for one another. I know I'm putting a lot of work in and I'm sure they are too. I see them grinding and kicking ass on Instagram and, posting. But everyone is going to bring their A game because there is no champion competing this year. So I'm looking forward to the competition. I think it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see all like my fitness sisters and just really enjoy that weekend. But I'm bringing my best, and I hope they do too, because we want to perform and bring a good show for everyone who's attending the Arnold.
Now, I really, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe since the things changed for the Olympia qualification, I believe only the first place in any division was able to return back without having to compete. Is that correct?
For the Arnold?
No, for the Olympia. So,
Oh,
like, because you placed second, do you have to requalify in order to step back on the Olympia stage this year?
I think it's I think there's only men's bodybuilding, women's fitness, figure is top 3.
Okay. So, given that, are you planning on doing any shows after the Arnold, either just to make sure that you're in peak physical condition, or are you wanting to, okay, I placed second, I know I have a really good chance at this. Let me take the rest of the year so I could really have a really really good off season, build whatever, and then go focus on the Olympia.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm kind of like up in the air with everything. I definitely right now I'm putting all my eggs in the Arnold basket, I guess you could say, in Ohio and in Australia. And then I'll kind of make my decision afterwards. But figure is always like, I love competing in figure. And I know there's a few shows in April that I definitely have my eye on. But, depending on how I place at the Arnold, I'll kind of make my decision there. It's good money too, like getting checked. So why not?
I'm just going to travel around, get my paycheck, walk out. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what are you looking forward to at the Arnold this year, other than stepping on stage and the potential probably taking it all? What else are you looking forward to at this year's Arnold?
So I've heard that the strongman competition is going to have like this new, like crazy skyscraper type lifting thing. I don't know. Apparently it's like really big. I saw it on Tony Doherty's Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and I really want to see that. I think that would be super awesome. And it's just cool like walking around, because you see the fans, and you see like, I guess, stars. Like it's just awesome, super motivating environment. Like last year I saw Eva Marie, like the wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was so cool. She was just like walking, and I'm like, holy crap. The only time I've ever like gotten starstruck. And I called her. Her real name is Natalie. And I'm like, Eva Marie, can I get a photo with you? I was so embarrassed afterwards. I was like, damn it.
No, I was actually having a conversation with somebody in another interview, and it's so funny. You actually see more stars at the Arnold Sports Festival than you would at the Olympia.
Yes.
Like you actually see Kai, you'll see like all these wrestling stars, you'll see stars from like different kinds of sports, but for the Olympia, it doesn't happen. Like you only would really see bodybuilders, but then even some of the bodybuilders don't even show up for that event.
Yeah.
But it's just so cool. It's like such a different field. I guess it's because it's Arnold and what it is. Like people always want to be able to go to Columbus and check everything out.
Totally. Yeah. And like, I guess Mark Bell and like his group of people are doing like podcasts there and stuff. So I'm like super excited to meet him. I think that'd be cool if he's like around or whatever,
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Well, Missy, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to join me on this interview. Again, I know it's 3 weeks out. It's crunch time. Again, super appreciative that you're able to take this time with us.
Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate it. And I hope to see you at the Arnold.
No, we will definitely be there. We will be covering it live. So we will be there all day long.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. Look forward to meeting you over there.
You too.
All right.